Welcome to Vernal Pools 101. I'm Brett Thielen, Science Director with the Harris Center for Conservation Education. This four-part slideshow series explores the exquisite, ephemeral world of vernal pools. In our other slideshows, which are available on the Harris Center's YouTube channel, we discuss what vernal pools are and how to know if you found one, why vernal pools matter, and how to identify the various amphibian egg masses you might encounter in a vernal pool in spring. This slideshow is focused on some of the nitty-gritty tips that can help you explore and discover vernal pools in your neck of the woods. Let's get started. The most important thing to know about looking for vernal pools is when to go. Vernal pools are depressions in the forest floor that fill with melting snow and spring rain, and often dry by late summer or fall. If you look for them in October or November, the dry depressions could be easy to miss. If you look for them in January or February, they could be buried under snow. Spring is the time, March, April, and May. In early April, they may still be frozen and not very active. But after a warm, rainy night and a good long thaw, amphibians will have made their way to local vernal pools and started to deposit eggs. Mid-April and late April are prime time for vernal pooling. In addition, if you want to be able to get a good look into a vernal pool to search for amphibian egg masses, sunny, calm days are best. Of course, if you want to see amphibian activity, you'll have to head out on rainy nights with a bright flashlight. But for egg masses, calm afternoons when the wind is not whipping the water up are your best bet. For maximum enjoyment of your vernal pool experience, earlier in the season is better. Spotted salamander egg masses might persist in vernal pools into late May, but plenty of other things will have hatched out by then, including black flies and mosquitoes. Mid to late April, on the other hand, offer a beautiful, bug-free vernal pooling experience. If you want to find a vernal pool to explore, one place to start is harriscenter.org, where we have a map of all the vernal pools on public and conserved lands in the Monadnock region that have been documented by citizen scientists volunteering with our vernal pool project. If you want to explore places that aren't featured on the map, or maybe even your own land, think about the topography of the land, maybe even look at a topo map. Vernal pools often form at the base of slopes, in saddles, or sometimes even in old cellar holes. Think about if you've seen any wicked big puddles in the woods on your other wanderings, and go back and revisit them in spring. One great way to find vernal pools in early spring is to listen for the sound of chorusing wood frogs and to follow your ears to the pool. Wood frogs migrate to vernal pools on the first warm, rainy nights of spring after the ground has thawed, so you'll have to wait for at least one good nighttime rain in order to start listening for the frogs. After that, they'll be calling for several weeks on any warm, sunny afternoon and well into the evening. Here's what they sound like. Another tip for looking for amphibian egg masses, caddisflies, fairy shrimp, fingernail clams, and other cool things inside vernal pools is to wear polarized sunglasses while you look. Polarized sunglasses vastly reduce the glare that might be shining off the surface of the vernal pool and enable you to see down into the water much, much easier. Amphibian egg masses like the spotted salamander eggs seen here are often attached to twigs, branches, or leaves in the vernal pool. It's okay to handle them gently and briefly to get a closer look, but do your best not to remove them from their attachment sites. In addition, amphibians and their eggs are highly sensitive to toxins, so you should only handle them with clean hands. That means no bug spray, no lotion, no sunscreen. Vernal pools are sensitive ecosystems. We recommend exploring them from the pool's edge rather than walking into the pool in rubber boots. Going in the pool could disrupt or dislodge egg masses, and you could even step on frogs or salamanders who are hiding beneath the leaf litter on the pool bottom. Thankfully, Most vernal pools are small in size, which makes exploring from the edge a really great option. There's plenty to see. Many of us love to hike with our dogs. When it comes to exploring vernal pools, however, it's best to leave your pup at home, as excited, water-loving dogs can disrupt or dislodge amphibian egg masses even if you're staying safely on shore. Amphibian populations in other parts of the world have been decimated by chytrid fungus and other diseases. Thankfully, these pathogens haven't taken hold in New Hampshire just yet, but they are present and we need to do our part to prevent their spread. If you're going to be exploring multiple vernal pools that are not very close to one another, you need to clean your field gear in between sites. This means anything that might have come into contact with the pool water, like rubber boots, nets, or buckets that you use to look at amphibian eggs. To clean your gear, remove any muck with a hose or under a sink, then spray down your gear with a 4% bleach solution and let it air dry before visiting your next pool. One last consideration is landowner permission. You don't need to worry about this for public lands like state parks or town-owned conservation lands. But if you want to visit vernal pools or collect citizen science data about vernal pools that are on privately owned land, it's important to have landowner permission to do so, even if the land isn't posted. And of course, if a property is posted, you should never trespass, even if there's a really cool vernal pool that you want to check out. It's really important that we are good neighbors when it comes to vernal pooling, and respecting landowner permission is part of that. There is so much to learn and explore about vernal pools. If you want to dig deeper, visit harriscenter.org for our Vernal Pool Resources page, which has links to all kinds of great resources from videos to egg mass ID sheets. We also highly recommend getting the Field Guide to the Animals of Vernal Pools by Leo Kenny and Matt Byrne. This is produced by the Vernal Pool Association. It's even on waterproof paper, so you can bring it with you in the field and drop it in a vernal pool and not worry about it. The state of New Hampshire has also created a manual for identifying and documenting vernal pools in New Hampshire that you can download directly from their website. The Vernal Pool Association has an amazing listserv full of people just like you who are excited to talk about vernal pools. And the main vernal pool mapping project is also a really incredible resource. You can link to that from harriscenter.org. That concludes this slideshow. We'd encourage you to check out the other slideshows in this series, which are available at the Harris Center's YouTube channel, and to write me with any questions at thielen@harriscenter.org. Thanks for listening.